of COVID-19 vaccine. Out of its over 2,000 workers on the front line, aged or around 1,500 are eligible to get vaccinated. The UST hospital has so far received 1,200 doses of Sinovac shots and 1,000 jabs from AstraZeneca. Medical Director Dr. Charito Malong Consolacion says more employees the vaccine from AstraZeneca. Health Chief Francisco Duque III hopes hospitals will be able to increase its vaccination rate. So far, Duque said the government has deployed around 800,000 doses with nationwide vaccination coverage rate at 7 to 8%. On the rising number of COVID-19 infections in NCR, the official maintains that it's better to have localized lockdowns instead of placing the metro under stricter quarantine that will further hurt the economy. Sean, the hospital expects more vaccine doses from AstraZeneca to arrive this week, and they're also targeting to finish the inoculation by Monday. Back to you.
All right, thank you for that update. JC Cosico reporting to us live from the city of Manila. And one commuter group is urging the government to allow more public utility vehicles or PUVs on the road in order to ensure social distancing among commuters. To discuss this further, the passenger forum convener Primo Murillo joins us over the phone. Mr. Murillo, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. Can you tell us more about your proposal?
Good afternoon, Sean. We believe that passengers know the rules, and most of them want to obey these rules. However, it is also a fact that there's a supply problem in the current public transportation situation. And this lack of space in PUVs and lack of PUVs itself is a great hindrance in how we can effectively implement our COVID-19 protocols.
All right. Actually, we have been reporting about your request since yesterday, I believe, and I'm sure you've gotten your message across to the government. Have you gotten any feedback from the government on your appeal?
That's our wish. That's our hope. But as of now, there's no feedback. We are also planning to write a letter to DOTR regarding this issue because Sean, in fact, due to the scarcity of PUVs, there are times that even if the passengers decide to follow physical distancing in vehicles, they will end up violating the protocols in terminals and waiting areas because eventually more commuters will arrive and take up space, making it impossible to follow protocols. So that's what we want the DOTR to know. We want them to hear the side of passengers, of commuters.
Okay, just to clarify, Mr. Murillo, you did mention that you're planning to write a letter to the DOTR, but you also have made an appeal to the government, like you mentioned. Are you at liberty to tell us which agencies you've written to so far?
We are planning to write.
Okay.
We have yet to write them, sorry.
You have yet to write. All right. Thanks for clarifying that. Now, we are still seeing a lot of pictures of overcrowded buses and other public utility vehicles despite the ongoing pandemic and, capacity rules. How else do you guys think we can address this lack of transportation options for commuters? Are there any better ways? Of course, there's been bike lanes proposed and more e-vehicles and the like.
We have been a part of an alliance of various organizations calling for the installation of protected bike lanes. I believe Bayanihan Law 2 allotted about 854 million pesos to install bike lanes. Bikes are a way for commuters to use active transportation. It is a form of mobility. So while public transportation is lacking, it is also an option. And I think a lot of workers, a lot of employees are already using bikes. The problem is there are not enough safe bike lanes.
All right. What about provision for night shift workers and others who commute late at night? like, of course, we've heard that curfews are already imposed in certain cities, and I think soon across Metro Manila, we will experience again curfew hours. So, have you guys included this provision for night shift workers in your appeal, or do you plan to?
Thank you for bringing that up, Sean. We have also called on the government to consider night shift workers in implementing the curfew. Recently, the DILG asked the mayors of in Metro Manila to implement a uniform curfew hour. However, in our view, it is not just curfew hours that needs to be standardized. They need to standardize policies, and they need to accord employees who can show an ID or document. They need to accord those workers an exemption once they have proven that they're working in industries or companies that require them to work at night. In our monitoring, actually, the limited PUVs allowed by the government becomes even fewer at night, especially in the EDSA bus carousel system. They've been monitoring posts of commuters in social media, and our members have been personally checking, and those are our observations.
All right. Well, thank you for your time and hoping the government hears your appeal out. That was Primo Murillo, convener of commuter group, the Passenger Forum. In other news, the family of Calbayog City Mayor Ronaldo Aquino believes that his death in the hands of the police was politically motivated. Jenny Dongon joins us over the line to tell us more. Hi, Jenny. How's the investigation going so far?
Sean, the National Bureau of Investigation Central Office arrived here in Calbayog City last night to conduct an independent probe into the killing of Mayor Ronaldo Aquino and two of his staff. The mayor and his companions figured in a shootout with the police anti-narcotics personnel last Monday. Agents from the NBI forensics team have conducted an autopsy on Mayor Aquino's remains. They also visited the crime scene where the vehicles involved, including that of Mayor Aquino's, still stay. Justice Secretary Minardo Guevara earlier ordered the NBI to conduct an objective and impartial investigation since police officers were involved. The mayor's eldest son, Mark, said that based on the autopsy, his father suffered more than 20 gunshot wounds on just the half of his body. He said that the fatal gunshot wounds were on his father's head and chest. The mayor family believes that the incident was an ambush and politically motivated. And since they fear seeking assistance from the police, the Aquinos as well as the families of the mayor's security staff requested security from the Philippine Army. Sean.
Thank you for that update. That was News 5's Jenny Dongon reporting to us live over the line. Here are other stories we're keeping our eyes on. The Interior Department wants additional funds to extend the contracts of contact tracers until the end of the year. Interior Undersecretary Jonathan Malaya says they have asked Congress for over 1 billion pesos in additional funds under the proposed Bayanihan 3. Health workers in the Bangsamoro region were assured that all COVID-19 vaccines that are being used on them are halal, which means they're acceptable. The Darul Ifta, also known as the House of Opinions, made this remark amid speculations that vaccines have components that are haram or forbidden in Islam. And the European Union welcomes the government's move to investigate the killings of 9 activists in Calabarzon. The EU also reminded the Philippines of its commitment to ensure accountability for human rights violations and abuses in the country. And it's been almost 1 year since the coronavirus first forced the country into lockdown. One News is gathering officials, experts, and sector leaders for an open discussion on the highlights of our first year battling this pandemic. Let's watch this.
In quarantine. 12 months of battling the coronavirus. 12 months of living in a new normal. This March 14, One News brings together the people who helped shape the way we live in the year of pandemic. How have we managed? What we may have missed? Where are we headed? Some of the country's leading voices in the scientific and business communities face the nation as the Philippines balances public health and economy. Kumusta na ba tayo? A town hall in the time of pandemic. Moderated by Robbie Alampay and Cheryl Cosim. Join us live March 14, Sunday. We are One News.
For more updates, visit News 5, the Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on the Signal Play app. Register for a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. Mask on, wash hands, and stay safe, Philippines. I'm Sean Yao. We are One News.